I'm interested to see what he does and what he has to say. I think maybe I'll even have more to say after I hear that record. I want to know. Yeah, I mean, to me, like, Nas is a visionary, and I'm curious to see where the industry goes. You know, definitely. I mean, I'm respectful of the times, you know, like, and if the times change, like, if there were, like, it was a unanimous decision, like, we're not gonna do this anymore, and no one uses the N-word, and it's really offensive, and now all of a sudden it's like the wackest thing to do. Obviously, I mean, I wouldn't be able to do it because, you know, I have to do it for the people. But right now, I mean, my music, I think I say it, but I never say it in a derogatory way. And I'm also, like, I come from a family in Memphis, Tennessee, where it's like, it's just something we say to each other, you know. And it's like, it's not really like something.
It makes the music natural.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, I don't even really want to say that because that could even be used against me. Like, I don't. At the end of the day, it's a racial slur. It's something that hasn't clicked with me yet, and maybe I'm too young, or maybe I just haven't delved that deep into the black culture to be like, I'm never gonna say that again. You know, like me, I'm just a young kid that loves to make music, and, you know, it's just a word that tends to come up in my music, but it's never like something that's to bring people down. You know, I just say it because it's part of my vocabulary, just like the F word, just like a lot of different things. You know, it's nothing offensive. It's just injected in my vocabulary. So.
Now, as an unsigned artist, do you run every aspect of your career, or do you have different people doing everything? Because if you had a record label, you know, have one company doing all marketing, all publicity. So are you basically doing that all yourself, or do you have individual people doing that stuff for you?
Well, I personally pretty much do everything, along with like, my mother helps me with the mixtapes, like sending them out to people, and that's real cool that she takes an interest like that. And, you know, like I was saying, Oliver and Noah, the two guys that I work closely with, you know, they definitely help me along the way with a lot of things. But I mean, a lot of the decisions right now, are on my shoulders. I have the final say in my career, which is a nice thing, because if I make a mistake, I'm the only one to blame. But I mean, you know, there's a lot of people that deserve credit, you know, like T Slack, like Noah, like Oliver, like my uncle, like my mother. A lot of people help me and inspire me, and then there's producers, a list of producers. It's not just me. It'll never be just me. You know, an artist has a great team. That's why they're a great artist. But right now, like, the corporate and business decisions are definitely on me right now.
I see. And now moving on to your acting career, it's reported that you're going to be in the film Charlie Bartlett, opens in 2008. What exactly is your role? Everyone wants to know. It says Aubrey Graham attached to the movie, but no one knows your specific character.
I play this character that is just a really, like, unfortunate, very insecure kid, having problems at home, and I just turned to Charlie, who's played by Anton Yelchin, who's a phenomenal actor. I turned to him just for help. You know, it's not a huge role in the movie, but it was fun. You know, it was fun to be on that set, because I think the project itself is a, you know, there's a lot of names attached to it that I think we'll see a lot more of in the future. And there was a couple kids from Degrassi in it too, and friends of mine, like, that I'm pretty close with. So it was a great project to be involved in, and I'm actually, like, in talks for another movie next year. Which is going to be a great project. I can't even say anything about it because I'm not even directly attached to it, but they approached me, like, the other day, and the script is great, and there's some big names also involved in that. So definitely, I should, hopefully, God willing, have another movie out there too.
Now it was filmed here in Toronto, in Northern, right? Now you went to school in Toronto, and when you went back there, you know, did it bring back some memories of school? You know, it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't the same school as the one you went to. But did it bring sort of back memories of, because now you're in Degrassi. Obviously, that, you know, shooting on a set, that's a school.
That does,
that does.
That Degrassi was more like, Degrassi stirs up more, like, past than Charlie Bartlett did. Just because I was there so briefly. I was only in a school for one day, actually. So like, Degrassi, though, definitely makes me think, like, of times I had and times that I may have missed out on. You know, there's some high school times that I never got to have. I never got to go to many school dances. I never really got to have too many, like, girlfriends in high school. That just wasn't really my life at the time. My life was very focused on my career, and I had a difficult time in high school, too. as a student. You know, I really wasn't the best student in school, so I ended up dropping out of high school actually to pursue music, and I hope, you know, one day soon that I can go back and graduate. And it's not something that I'm proud of, but it was definitely a decision I don't regret, because I think things are going great for me right now. And my mother educates me also, you know, and helps me be well spoken and conduct myself properly in life. But yeah, definitely, Degrassi brings up things, you know, like we're about to shoot this prom episode, and there's some crazy stuff that happens, and it's like I never had a prom, you know, I never did that stuff, so I think about it sometimes, you know. It touches home sometimes.
Yeah.
You know?
And now, were there any issues? Degrassi is full of issues that, you know, personally haven't really struck me.
Yeah.
But some issues that do affect kids. Were there any episodes that you sort of had to take a time out, or you sort of researched first, or you sort of thought, you know, this is a little extreme?
Well, when I was going to be in the wheelchair, I definitely did a lot of research. Just being around people who are in that similar situation and seeing how life changes. That's a very real emotion, you know, when your world comes crashing down and you're changed permanently. I mean, it takes a lot of work to capture that emotion, like as an actor, you know. But yeah, it's nothing really, you know, nothing that's caught me, like made me had to step back and take a moment. I mean, it's acting, you know. I'm that character when I walk through the doors of that building, and I leave that there. I don't really try it. I don't try and cross my personal life over.
Now describe a typical day of shooting at Degrassi. Is it always the same, or is there some sort of schedule, or is it just, you know, today's 9 a.m., today's 4 p.m.?
Yeah, it's usually like, if it's a full day for me, like I had a full day, I think last week. And it was like, you know, it's never 9 p.m. I mean, never 9 a.m., I wish. It's like probably 6 a.m. Call time. So I'm here up, getting ready, 5 a.m., take a shower, whatever. Go there. Craft services is my savior. I go get like a tea and like some food, and then it's just shooting nonstop. Like if you're in every scene, you really do not have a moment to rest except from 1:30 to 2:30, which is lunch. But it can be from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. if it's a full day, or 6 to 7:30. And it's hard work. Like people think it's easy, like, you know, to be on your feet and have people tugging and pulling you and saying, all right, you're done this scene, now come over here and do this interview, now come over here and talk to these fans and take this picture, all right, now we're going back to work, now you're gonna block shoot and then shoot this and rehearse this, and the director wants to talk to you, and here's your lines for the next scene. Like it's very overwhelming. You gotta really be rested. And if you're not, it's the hardest day in the world.
Now, how did you get your start on Degrassi? Was it already on air before you were approached, or before you approached them?
I actually got an audition through my agent, and I was supposed to be it was a role for a football player, like a Greek football player. It was like what I auditioned for, and it was crazy. They just changed the role, you know, and it became Jimmy Brooks, like this character that they almost made as I walked in there, which was a great feeling, you know. Let me know that I impressed them, and it was cool to be a part of something from the jump. Like the first episode, the first day of shooting, I was there.
Now, are you tight with the people on Degrassi? Is it pretty much after shooting you don't see them, or, you know, do you get together with them?
I'm definitely close with them, you know. They're my family. I love them. We're all grown up, and we all live separate lives, and everybody has their goals and their you know, I mean, everybody has their boyfriends or girlfriends or their family or their close friends. I mean, the cast, we don't do what we used to do. We used to all go out afterwards, and when we were younger, it was like more of like, oh, let's go somewhere this weekend. Let's go to Laser Quest or go to like get wings or whatever, you know. But now it's kind of like we're grown up. Like people want to buy their own houses, people buy their own cars, their relationships, they're going away to school, like, you know. So we don't really see each other as much anymore.
Now, you're 20 years old, correct?
No, I just turned 21.
Just turned 21. Now, do you think your days on Degrassi are numbered because you're 21, or do a lot of people stay on afterwards?
I don't. Well, they would never be numbered because of my age. They'd be numbered because I am just done with it. Yeah, I mean, it's not really like they would. I'm sure Degrassi as a show would love for me to stay forever. They'd love to be renewed forever because that's money, and they'd love to keep making episodes forever.